Do you know you are not going to make huge profits in your business? And there are multiple scenarios in this situation I can share why you are not going to make huge profits. No matter how much valuable product you created, no matter how big brand you have, if this thing is happening in your business, you are not going to make huge profit on the long run, because business is all about getting profits on a long run, not on short span of time. So what is the mistake? Mistake is that your sales people, even you, are not able to communicate with your clients betterly. Yeah, you have the best product, but if you are not able to communicate with them, then you are not going to make it huge. So that's why in the previous video I helped you to how to become a better presenter by using 7 rules. I shared 5 rules over there. The rest 2 rules will be shared in the current video. Plus in this video I'm going to share 8 deadliest mistake you are going to do, or your sales people are going to do in the conversation, which will just demolish your 80% of the sales. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Pranshu, Agrawal, elite sales expert and social media marketing agency owner. In this video, we will cover rest 2 points of how to become a better presenter and eradicate those 8 deadliest presentation mistakes. Now it's come to the time for the rule number 7, which is be confident but not obvious. I see a lot of entrepreneurs and the businessmen doing this mistake when they are having a conversation with their prospects, or whether they are presenting their opportunity on seminar where they have 500,000 or more than that audience, or they are doing webinars. What they are doing, they are not building rapport with the people they have in that hall. And what does I mean with the rapport? If you are not connected with your audience, then they are not going to remember you after walking out of that stadium. So in this scenario, you need to build rapport, you need to do mirroring, and there are multiple scenarios. Plus you need to make them understand who is the in charge in that stadium, which is you, who is presenting the opportunity. So when I usually come up on the seminar, what I usually do, I do a high five to my audience and say, just stand on your places and raise your hand as much as possible. While raising your hand, you need to turn to your right. And as a speaker, I am just mirroring them, so I need to turn into the left. This creates a mirror effect and let them understand there is a person who can connect with them. But after building rapport, you need to ask some regarding their industry and how they are struggling with their business. When you do this makes them understand that you are focusing on them, not on yours, which is the 8th point. How to become a better presenter? You need to focus on them, not on you. I usually see, and you can also see, while there are so many entrepreneurs who are just focusing on their product, on themselves, not on their audience. Let's suppose I picked you in the stadium and I was elaborating about my product or services and about me. I'm not talking about you. Do you even to listen to me? No, because I'm not talking about you. So whenever you are presenting your opportunity, your every word, your every presentation, your every slide must focus on them. In this scenario, what I usually do when I stand on the stage, I usually ask, what are the main struggles you are facing? What are the biggest challenges you are facing that you are not able to eliminate by yourself? So this will make them understand that person really cares about me, and this makes me also understand whatever I am missing in the presentation, so I can include in my next webinar or the physical seminar. So we already covered 8 points how to become a better presenter, but these 3 main points will improve your presentation, your communication drastically, even on the phone. And what are they? You need to improve your tone, you need to improve the simple words and your body language. So let's say your tone. Whenever you are doing a conversation with your prospect, your tone matters a lot. Just like I modulated my tone. Whenever you are sharing something important, you need to stress on your words, you need to raise your tone. It will make them understand you are saying something to them. Okay, so you need to vocalize your tone, you need to modularize your tone while doing a conversation with your prospect. It will create a better effect on them. Come first for the words. Whatever the things you are saying, it must be simple and relatable to your audience. Sometimes people try to complex the things on themselves, like they are using heavy words, they are using complex words, which the person is not going to understand easily. So don't do this mistake, use simple and relatable words. And the last thing is your body language. Let's suppose I'm on the stage and I'm sharing the things in this manner. I'm just holding my hands in this manner. I'm not using my body language, I'm not nodding my hand, I'm not using my hands while presenting the product or services. I'm not walking on the stage while sharing that opportunity. So you get interested or you get bored while watching this. You get bored. So don't do this. Whenever you are presenting something, use your body language and never sit. Even if you are doing one-to-one presentation with your prospect, try to stand and share the things using your body language. It will help you to connect with them betterly, and they will understand that you are an expert in this industry. So whatever the problems they have, you are going to solve them, and that's what ultimately a customer wants. Now we already covered 8 rules how to become a better presenter. Now it comes the deadliest mistakes you are doing or you are going to do while presenting your opportunity to your prospect. The mistake number 1, saying thank you when your prospect reached to your meetings or in your seminars. I never say thank you to them. Why I need to say thank you when they reach in my seminar? They need to thank me that I am presenting an opportunity which is going to solve their issues. So why I'm going to say thank you? They need to say me. And that's where most people fucked up. Because they say thank you and it instantly creates an image in their mind that I am the superior in the presentation. No. Your customer is not the superior, you are the superior, because you are helping them to bring the transformation in their life or in the business they are seeking. So never say thank you. If you do this, you already lose a respect in your prospect's mind and your customer's mind. Second mistake most people do is while presenting the opportunity, they do this. They put their hands in their pockets. I shared earlier, your body language matters a lot. If I put my hands in the pocket, it says I am too arrogant and you are not my cup of tea. And if I am illustrating this thing using my body language, my prospect is never going to be interested in my product or services. He or she will directly say, be in a right position, Pranshu, be in a right position, man, and try to illustrate the things betterly, otherwise I'm going. So you don't have to disrespect your customer or prospect and never put your hands in the pocket while doing a conversation with them. Third mistake most people do is present the things in a sitting position, just like this. Like they shrink their body. Whenever I'm presenting the things, I usually open up my body, like widen my arms, my shoulders, so it will make them understand who is the superior in the room and who is leading the conversation. And while sitting, you are not able to use your body language perfectly. Just like if I was sharing this thing by sitting on my couch, then I was not able to use my hands and legs properly while sharing this video. So stand up even you are doing a one-to-one conversation with your prospect, and don't forget to use your body language. Never present anything while in a sitting position. Fourth mistake is being led by your audience. Let me give you an example. If I am presenting my opportunity in a seminar, and in the seminar, salespeople raise their hand that what if we this and you are not correct in this point. And if I instantly break my momentum and start answering those people, then I'm going to lose the respect in my prospect and I'm going to lose the momentum. I'm not going to get those conversations which I can get without answering that person. Maybe whatever the question they have in their mind, you are going to answer in the upcoming slides. So why you are going to break the momentum? Even that thing is not present in the slides, you can answer this thing in the end. It will make them understand that you are the in charge. So whenever this thing comes to me, I just ask their name and say sit down. I will be answering these things in the upcoming slides. If you don't get your answer, I will be there for 1 more hour and I will answer this thing personally with you. So it will create an image that that person is going to help me personally. This will help you to raise your respect in their eyes. The momentum matters a lot while doing a sales conversation. So don't break it for anyone. Now here comes the fifth mistake you are going to do, which is letting the material upstage you. Being a best presenter, you are not just reading the bullet points you made on the PPT. You are going to make those bullet points roar in front of your audience. If I am the best presenter, I make those bullet points spark curiosity, plus let them understand alone what is coming in upcoming slides and how these bullet points are really need to be understood by the prospect. Because if they are just listening to you and they are not understanding the severity of the problem they are facing, then they are not going to purchase your product or service. It's your duty to magnify their problem and not let the material upstage you. You are the upstage, not your material. Got it? Sixth point, 6 mistakes you are going to do is you are going to make it more serious. When you are doing a conversation with the CEO of the company, you need to add a pinch of humor, because when you are doing a presentation, if that person is just listening to this face, they are not going to purchase your product or services. Because at the end, prospects need to be emotionally satisfied to purchase your product, not the logically. Both things are important, but at the end, emotional side is more important to purchase your product. Did you ever see a person, just like whenever we used to get, just like the males who wants bikes for their journey, we love bikes, cars a lot, and do we just want to buy the bike or car to ride them? We are really passionate about them, that I'm going to show this to my friends, I'm going to go for a long ride, I'm going to do this with my bike. I'm attaching my emotions to the bike. So whatever the thing you are presenting, make your headlines roar, plus add a pinch of humor, so your prospect understand that you are not just selling the stuff, you are really building a connection with them. Now here comes the 7th mistake you are going to do, which is letting the presentation cover you. What does it mean? It's just like you don't know what content you written or what your company content written in that slide. You are just reading it. And I have a funny story regarding this. I had a friend, Alex, who is working in Spain. And that story is too funny. So he was presenting that advertisement company promos to the CEO of another company, and what the CEO did, that I can read those bullet points alone. CEO said that thing, I can read those bullet points alone, and he took his laptop, he shut it down and said, now you are going to pitch me your product or services. And Alex was blank because he didn't know what the content is written in those slides, so he went blank. That was a really funny incident, but that was a critical incident too, because that thing made him lose his job. So don't do this. Read the content thoroughly, try to practice the presentation again and again with yourself, so you can become better while presenting with others. And if you don't have all the tools, still you are going to present your opportunity. And the last point, deadliest mistake of the becoming a better presenter, don't know what is coming to in the next of the presentation. Let's suppose I'm on the 3rd page of the slide and I don't know the content about the 4th, 5th or 6th slide. Then I'm not going to make it better, because if I know the further content, then I can intrigue some points in the middle of the conversation and it will spark some curiosity in prospects' mind. If I do this, it let them understand that something interesting is coming. So try to memorize your content, so whatever the things you are pitching, you can create a momentum of curiosity and let the prospect understand that you are not just pitching your product, you are here to really solve their problems. Because if you know their pain points, if you know the content of your PPT, you can collab and make a more impactful product. So I hope you understand all the 8 deadliest mistakes you are going to do, and now you can eliminate them. But I have an activity which will enhance your chances to bring more conversion. You need to find out some points, like who is your target audience, try to make some points regarding them, just like what are the problems they are facing. Okay, you need to understand first thing, like what is the growth rate in this industry in current year and 50 years ago, what is the failure rate of that industry in the current year or 50 years ago. Plus you need to find the trends coming in the industry, what type of new technologies are using in that industry in which you are working on. And the main point is, what are the main struggles. You need to write down 5 to 10 main struggles and craft them like it becomes emotional to the prospect. So when you write down these 5 to 10 points, now it's time to create a story, compelling story around those problems and your product or services, so you can connect with them and propose your product or services as a solution, not just pitching them. Do you know why most sales people or business wraps up in the first few years? Because they are talking about themselves. I always say this multiple times because I see 99% of businessmen and entrepreneurs do this mistake. Like they are talking about themselves, about their product, not about their audience. If I'm not talking about my audience, they are not going to be interested whatever the things I'm saying. But if you start doing conversation about them, start posting the problems they are facing on the social media content and try to create a bonding with them, that's how you are going to proceed. Now you can propose your product or services as a solution. Before that, you are just pitching them. You don't have to pitch them, you need to present yourself. Whenever you are doing a seminar is the best way to get massive sales, even the high ticket sales also. So when you are doing these type of things, never ever just pitch your product. Try to maximize the solution. Let them understand the severity of the problem they are facing. You just need to magnify it, that this problem is going to cause that much money and is causing that much money loss in your businesses. When they get to understand I am getting lost, people are get inspired People do work not getting inspired by just the fear. So when you make them understand that you are losing money, you can get run out of business, so they will work on it, rather than you will say like you are going to get 10x more income. They are not going to work in that way. Just like in this scenario, I have an example for this. Once my friend told me, like, he was doing some experiment in a cage. He put a mouse and he tied his tail with a rope with the end of that cage, and there was a cheesecake placed around 10 meter in front of that mouse. So mouse went to that cheese and eat it in a short span of time. But in the second scenario, that cage was open, and still the rope was tied on the tail of that mouse, and there was a cat. There was a cheesecake in front of that mouse, and there was a cat behind that mouse. In the second scenario, mouse covered the distance within half of the time he covered in the first scenario, because now he has a fear that if he didn't run, then that cat is going to eat him. So sometimes the fear is going to motivate you a lot, and especially for your customer. This is the trick I am using since last 3.5 years. So it brought me tremendous results. So now here comes to subscribe my channel and like this video. I just want to know like whether you are understanding these points, so I can elaborate them betterly, and what are the things you thought that I am missing. You can write down in the comment section, so I will help you out in those scenarios. Plus I want your help, I want your suggestion, like what are the critical problems you are facing in your industry that you are not able to tackle them down again. So write down in the comment section. I will thoroughly read them and try to propose a better solution, because I have a much experience in the business channel. Okay, so after subscribing my channel, I have a good news for you. We already covered the 8 deadliest mistakes, but you didn't know the 8 rules you need to master to become a better presenter. For this, watch this video now.